To find identically equal coefficients, this is just a technique that you can practice, and I think question 11 and a couple of them afterwards test this skill. But basically, we're going to find the values A, B, and C on this side, which make the equation or the polynomial on the right here equal with the one on the left. So our first step is to expand both sides so that they are both looking like they're in some kind of expanded form. So on the left hand side, that becomes x squared minus 7x, and then if we expand this side as well, because we've got a lot of stuff all tied up in different brackets, x minus 1 all squared is a perfect square, which is x take 1, x take 1. So very quickly that's x squared minus x, which is minus 2x, and the negative 1 times negative 1 is plus 1. So that's FOIL for that one there. And so that means that we have a x squared minus 2x plus 1. And the second bracket that we have to expand out is this one. So it's bx minus 1 lots of b, and then plus c. So we're not done yet. We need to continue to expand this one here, which is ax squared minus 2ax plus 1 lot of a, which is just a. And then we've still got all these other little tacked on terms. And that is still equivalent to x squared minus 7x. Now we have managed to expand this out. However, there's still various terms that can be regrouped if they're fairly like. And in particular, we need to group the x squared, the x, and the linear terms, which is just the constants. Okay, so we're going to put it like a polynomial that's in an order, a degree order of squares, linears, just x's, and constants. So when we have a look through these terms here, we have only one x squared term. So we're just going to leave that one alone, but first of all, write it out as ax squared. And then we look for the x terms, and we have that one, and a bx. So what we have is plus 2ax's. No, my bad, it's minus 2ax's. Plus a bx together. So what we can do there is in order to group them, we're just going to factorize the 2 minus 2a and the b together. So we're going to have b minus 2a lots of x. Okay, so what we're doing is we're writing the right hand side as ax squared plus bx plus c. I know it's more than bx, but it's still all the x terms, the linear terms, just with this little x here. So we still have the ax squared plus the linear term, and then the rest of the terms, the a, the minus b, and the c are the constants, because once we solve for ABC, because that's our job, is to find ABC, they are constants. So let's group them together now as the final part of our equation. So they're going to be this bit here. So this is our general form that we know. And that all is equivalent to x squared minus 7x. So when we look at this, we notice on this side we have a x squared term, an x term, but no c term. So we can probably just use our imagination and say the c is plus 0, because it's just part of, not part, but the c is just 0, but we have to kind of just realize that. So on the both sides now are done in a hierarchy order, x squared and an x and a constant. Here's a ax squared, a something x, and a bunch of constants that if we added them would get a singular constant anyway. So now we equate. So once we've expanded and got the right hand long side in this form, we can equate the coefficients that are on the left side. So for the a term, we see here that there's no specific value in front of x squared, which means it's 1. So the a here is 1. So a is such that this a also equals 1. So we've solved A, which is a third of the way through solving the problem, or 1 out of 3 constants solved, which means that we can plug it in, minus 7x. We can plug it into the right-hand side. So we're going to plug it into ax squared, which is just x squared. We're going to plug it into here, where it appears again. So it's b minus 2a. If a is 1, it means b minus 2. So I've kind of made the a disappear, or so I've substituted it in as 1, really. Lots of x plus a plus b plus c. So what I'm going to, a minus b plus c, so just get those signs right. What I'm going to do for the last bit is just leave a as a. Not going to substitute it in the end. I'm just going to leave it as the bunch of constants because I'll deal with that one last. So now what we're dealing with is the x terms on the left and the right of the equation. So we see here that negative, I'll just use a red one. We see here that negative 7 for the in front of this x needs to be equal to b minus 2 in front of this x. Okay, so those values all together need to be the same, which means that if I swap it around to be able to solve for b, it means that b is equal to negative 7 plus 2, which is negative 5. Okay, so that's the b in there. And so what we have now is we have made this one the same as that one. If we put negative 5 in for that b, then that there becomes minus 7 altogether. And now the constants, this ABC needs to equal the 0 on this side. So the last solving step that we have in front of us is to make 0. Last, we're going to solve for C. We have A and B. So what we're going to do is remember that on the left side, the C was 0. So 0 is equal to all the constants on the right side, A minus B plus C. So A we found as 1 and B we found to be negative 5. And C we don't know, so we're just going to flush it out through this equation. So we're going to plug in these values here into the equation and solve for C. So A was 1. B was negative 5, so it's minus negative 5 plus C. That will all equal 0. 1 minus negative 5 is equivalent to 1 plus 5, plus C is 0. So working that through, 6 plus C is 0. So C equals negative 6, which solves that one out. So now we've found all the equations, all the constants that equate both sides of that equation.